Good evening, everybody. Stephen Benoon here with Israeli News Live. And guys, listen, I just wanted to quickly jump on here, talk to you just briefly for a moment. Uh, I, I would be, you would get to be watching an interview I did tonight. I'm not going to say with who at this moment now, but I am going to load it tomorrow morning. The reason I'm not loading it tonight is because it's already late. It's 10:15 p.m. here, and I really want to edit some clips into this video that I did with this remarkable young man. And we are so many things we're alike on. And so I just really appreciate his content that he puts out on his channel there. And I think you guys are going to really be blessed by the information that we spoke about. We got into the China's artificial sun, and I'd just been in a meeting yesterday with Washington there about some of these subject matters here. So I think you're going to find that interesting as well. Also, I've got some information I'm going to be sharing over there on Patreon. Hopefully I can record that video in the morning. Got some very interesting information, so we'll continue to upload there. And so I just trust this will all be a blessing for you. So anyway, and God bless all of you from watching all over the place there. Please do remember our family in prayer there. There's a lot of things going on. We do need your prayer for the things that are going on in our lives here. So we thank you for that, and covet your prayers for everyone here. Oh, by the way, too, and I don't know if I've mentioned this in our in the broadcast yesterday, but I'm supposed to get another update. I think it's nearly, I don't want to say 100%, but it's pretty doggone high. NATO is going to strike Belarus. I have been told that the next 3 months are going to be very critical of what's going on over in Europe. The situation is very dire. I am going to be also doing a video about the cooperation between Israel and Russia. Now that may end up being on Patreon because it's not a critical information piece here, but eventually I'll still release it here for you. Or always definitely make sure you're subscribed to Stephen Benoon, Benun, YouTube, my YouTube channel there. There's about 10,000 people over there. But I use that platform to load our Patreon videos. And so I do, as long as they're not violating policy agreements here on YouTube, I still end up releasing a couple of weeks later, sometimes a month later, videos here for people to be able to see as well. So anyway, that way everybody does get the opportunity. It's just we appreciate the people that are on Patreon because it's what helps keep us going and to be able to well, when you dedicate your life to something. So we thank you for those people that are there helping us on Patreon. Of course, Patreon's only $1 a month, so it's not like it's a big deal anyway. So anyway, listen, thank you again for tonight. And like I said, don't forget to thumbs up the video too, by the way, if you would. I mean, I know it's not really anything special I'm saying right now, but like even the video tomorrow, oh gosh, I really enjoyed this interview. I'd have to say it was one of my highlight interviews that I have done in a long time. You'll see why. You'll definitely see why when you get to see the interview tomorrow. Anyway, somebody said, hey, super soldiers. Oh, yes. Did you guys see the video I put out about the super soldiers? That is nuts. And I did put that one here on Israeli News Live because I really feel like that information is very serious. I know it sounds nutty, but it's very serious. And oh, by the way, too, I'll mention, too, Elizabeth sent me where Mike from around the world was speaking on Paul Begley's program, and he talked about on there about this large serpent that attacked the manatees down in Florida. If you guys remember that watch Patreon, back, I think it was September of last year, that's when I released the information about that Manatee Attack. So Mike is just now getting around it, but if you remember, if you watch that video on Patreon, We knew that the government was going to release it as if it was a giant serpent that actually attacked the Manatee. It's not a giant serpent, but they don't want you to know what that really was. So if you check that out, I think you have to go back to September the 12th, and it's actually connected to iConnect. So maybe I can go in there and make it public now. I don't think I ever actually made that one public. Sometimes I forget, but that's a fascinating video right there. Just some of the intel we find out. Now Mike from around the world is saying it. He also was saying in there about the oceans on the inner Earth. But how long have I been telling you guys about that one as well? The oceans on the inner Earth. Now Mike from around the world is finally saying that too. So anyway, God bless y'all. Thank you for listening. And be wary. They're going to take a lot of people to a new world order. All through a little sinister way. I need to really get into that more with you guys. Anyway, God bless you. Thank you for watching. Stephen Benoon with Israeli News Live.